feel that this environment is for anybody that wants to try something new. Whether it is CrossFit or powerlifting, we offer a safe space for someone who's never been athletically inclined to try something that they've never done before.
Hafa Day and welcome to Kandit's live edition, the special edition. We would like to welcome CNMI's pioneer against corruption and the political machine, Miss Congresswoman Celina Roberto Babauta.
Thank you, Johnny. Good afternoon. Buenas noches. Buenas tardes para todos amigos tatomarianas. It is an honor.
No, it is an honor for us. Because, as many of you might not know, that Celina a couple years ago entrusted us to get information out to the people of the CNMI. And that along became a very well relationship. Mm-hmm. You know, you believing in us to get the information out. You gave us information. We did our research, and boom. Here we are.
Well, pleasure is mine. It is a privilege to appear in Kandit Studios live.
Yes.
And I'm so glad we got in touch and had this opportunity to appear here and hopefully to get a message across.
Right.
To the voters of the CNMI.
Well, Miss Celina, you have the floor.
Thank you, Johnny. What I wanted to talk about was. Part of my passion is criminal justice. It's one of the fields I took up in college, and that continues to be my passion today. And I have authored many criminal justice reform bills for the CNMI. Unfortunately, it is still stagnant in the Senate, CNMI Senate. They have not acted on any of the bills that pertain to criminal justice. They are nonpartisan bills. And I think reform is needed in our criminal justice system in the CNMI.
Is this why you're choosing to run in the Senate?
That is correct. Among other things, we hope to, in the next legislature, should I get into the Senate, we hope to form a more cohesive relationship with the House of Representatives. It has been my experience being a freshman lawmaker in the House of Representatives. It is my experience that there's really a disconnect between the CNMI House of Representatives and the CNMI Senate. So in the next legislature, we hope to form a more cohesive relationship, as we should, with our counterparts in both houses.
Yeah.
So
how's
that's
your
part
run,
of the reason.
How is the run for Senate different from your House of Representatives run?
It's a lot more work because in the House of Representatives you're focused on the precinct level, but with the Senate it's island wide, so you have to accommodate from the north all the way to the south and everywhere in between. So it's a lot more labor intense. You go through to different villages to put out your message and hope to convince the voters to believe in you. So that's the main difference. So it's on a wider scale. You accommodate more people rather than just your precinct. Although you keep your precinct at heart always.
You always remember where you came from, and that's definitely the role here at Kandit. We will never forget.
And I do want to thank Kandit News really for a lot of the information that has reached our constituents in the United States was due to Kandit News, really.
That's all Troy. It's Troy.
We couldn't have done it without the power of Kandit News and its influence over the Marianas, really.
Yeah. Thank you for trusting us.
Well, we've had two media, local media, print media in the CNMI, and a lot of the information wasn't getting out there the way it should have. I give them credit for being in the CNMI for the many years they have serviced CNMI, and we're grateful for that. But we really needed to take a different approach.
Yeah, think outside the box.
Yeah.
Go outside from the political machine that has been over the CNMI for however long he's been in office.
Yeah.
You know who we're talking about.
No names mentioned.
But I am very grateful. I'm a woman power girl. I'm so happy you're here. Go for it.
It's really humbling to me to be able to influence and empower more women, the younger generation, to put their foot forward, stand on their own 2 feet, and be more vocal about what the government in the CNMI should look like. And it's up to them. The people really do have the power to change how the system has been run for many years. And we hope with the elections coming up in November that will happen. It is our goal to put more people in there who can truly work for the people and think of their suffering and to work to help alleviate some of that suffering that they've been going through. I do want to point out several things with regard to our election deadlines. And I have it. Let me look at my notes because I didn't memorize the dates. And I will speak in the vernacular.
Yeah, go for it.
Zauna be na fanungo todos I toto CNMI na guasha no fetsa man mamamaila na debri ta atendi tad como esta 85 días no antes de elección giza Marianas za preciso este na elección I mamamaila nasakan I primer na fetsa ni Zauna be hu na upan gano huzung I Agosto dia 25 guiza este na dia I maapunta ni Election Commission, Commonwealth Election Commission I primer dia ni poro mababa I absentee na baloto pero fan man no gogo ginin I Commonwealth Election Commission Agosto dia 25 I primer dia ni Pormababa no para todos I tautauta ni manyasaga no San Lago, Guam pat masya no mano na tano gi sanizong CNMI inigi na dia preciso nentingo sa inigi I primer dia ni sinyaman manggagawam sa ni baloton mizo so gagawam so pero zuliste na oportunidad sen fan manggago ni baloton mizo mas taftaf mas maulik sa pinohuga no detention para o atrasaw I boton mizo. I otro na fetsa loki I September dia 9 I ultimo dia ni sinya man marehistra edusya I malago man bota giza CNMI za timan marehistra tarabia September dia 9 eno na dia ni I ultimo dia ni sinya man marehistra I tauto siya pues por favor hugagawamzo fan ako ni fan apipid uno zan otro so fan ma-registra I tautauta siya zan ifa magwanta siya lokwi November dia 1 I primer dia ni promababa I early voting giza CNMI parewa sa pantinian dyan luta no inigin na dia in November dia 1 ni mababa early voting. Daw gagogoham zulokin na por favor mga man pinalola protehi zan defendi iboton midzo zan genin resibi baloton midzo no ebalua maulik zan adsik edzusian at otogi estamon hodzan mafanui amzo zan ihemplu siya ni manmanoy amzo huzung hodzi fumatsutsu i tautauta siha zau gogogo hamzo na pera in continua no bumota adzo siya magatsongo gi papay bandera ni NMI Democratic Party tat como si Leila zan si Tina malalago gi para gobyerno zan ni segundo gobyerno zan lokwi siya i Mazot i senador guahu numero 2 gi baloto gi para senador guahu ha sohlo no malalago under the Democratic Party para senador gini gi mamela na November pues ufafay sinamzo perembota i kandidato siya ni man malalago gi NMI Democratic Party disti San Hilo todo do papa esta House of Representatives.
Okay, this is what I got. August 27 is the last
25th?
25th is the last day to register to vote.
No.
Oh, okay,
Is
never mind.
the-
Cancel whatever. All I know is she's number 2 on the ballot. Wait, she's number 2 on the ballot. Vote Democrat
Yes.
in the House and in the Senate,
Yes.
right? And
And
then,
I'll
of
say it
course,
in English.
Governor and Lieutenant Governor, Tina and Leila.
Yes.
But Celina is number 2, guys.
That's correct.
Okay, I got that.
The first date I gave out was August 25th, which is the first date to request your absentee ballot. Those who are still voting in the U.S., please request your ballot by that day. And the website to go to is the Commonwealth Election Commission website, which is votecnmi.gov.mp. In numero, their telephone number is 670-235-8682, 8683, and 8684. Inigi siya na numero ni Sinyan Aga ni Commonwealth Election Commission pero fan mamaisin of taimano ni Sinya man ma-registra hamzo parusino man manggogo hamzo no ni baloton mizo poro fan ma nahonog i post office para guatu mono ni manyak sa gamzo. So August 25th is the first day of the absentee ballot to request for it.
Okay, and how do you know the percentage of absentee ballots that are counted on elections?
Not at this time. Every election year is different because every election year some are dropped from the roster for whatever reason.
Okay.
And then also new ones get registered. So there's always a fluctuation. But there is a lot. I didn't look at the statistics yet in the website, but it's continuously being updated every week.
For
by
people moving off island and
That is
then coming
correct.
back home. Yeah, okay.
That is correct. So I don't have the percentage at this time, but I know as of last week, I think there were 18,000 registered voters.
Wow.
And many of those, the 18,000 also includes the absentee
Wow.
voters who live outside of the CNMI.
Okay. And then the general election, there's no primary. It's straight to general.
That is correct.
And that is what date?
November 8th,
Okay.
the second Tuesday of every November general election year, every other year. It's always the second Tuesday. So this year it falls on November 8th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to field any questions.
This was your show. Troy wanted you to come on and talk to the CNMI, and he had to be at court. He really wanted to be here, but he's following a case.
What I just hope to impart to our constituents is that other candidates may have come up before who have said we will work for the people. As newly elected Democrats, we have in 2020 we have shown the people what we can do when we elect people who can work together. And that is what we are asking for this November. to please vote for the candidates who are running under the NMI Democratic Party, so that we can continue this spirit of working for the people. While other candidates may talk about it, we have actually done it. And I want to say to the people that, as the chair of the JGO committee in the House of Representatives, we have done a lot to bring about the information to the people. And I'm so grateful for those who have, opened up their minds and saw the hearings that we conducted over several months for what it is. It was totally accommodating to the witnesses. We put out the information there in terms of the evidence and documents. None of those documents were fabricated. Unfortunately, we saw what happened in the Senate, where the governor was not convicted for whatever reason, but we still went over there and tried to fight for it and tried to fight for the people to get the conviction, but unfortunately, it failed.
Yeah. So the Democratic Party is against a political machine over there.
That is correct.
They are full force. It's amazing watching all of this unfold, and we watched it because we cover every meeting, every JGO meeting, even all the way to the Senate. We covered everything. Every day that it was on, we were there, and it's amazing of all of the testimony, all of the documents, and it was people, senators who are supposed to choose, are for the people, actually chose to remove themselves because they didn't want to get involved, or voted against.
And that is the reason why also we are running. We have seen the lack of representation from the other islands who chose to follow their political parties and vote against what the people wanted and what the people's mandate was when we were elected. And you talk about, excuse me, talk about this political machine. I smiled because we have gotten the wheel rolling. The momentum is continuously rolling, and we're capitalizing on that. And I'm so glad we hear from people every single day. I get text messages at odd hours of the night from people in the United States who live there, and they continue to give us information to look into certain things, and they continue to message me to thank me and the committee for being strong. And my reply to them has always been, I'm only as strong as the people who support me. There is no personal interest in this. I work for the people. I would like to be worthy of your representation this coming November, and that's all I can ask you. Por favor, mga pinalola zagin man holo mamzugi botasyon atan zen taytay ibaloto na siguro na improtehi iboton mizu inige za hululo ugagogo hamzu zan fafaitsin hamzu evalua todi kandidato ni man malalago esta en lia ginige mapus na legislatura hodzi siha no representa I interes itauto.
So in November, in the CNMI, they are having their general election. Miss Roberto Babauta is asking you to make sure you're registered to vote and make sure you get out there and vote. You guys can make that change and vote Democrat.
That is right. We are trying to give the government the power back to the people, and I think we've laid the foundation, really.
Mm-hmm. You have.
We're taking down walls that used to be barriers for the people to approach their elected officials and their leaders. I think we've shaken that up a little bit so that people are now more informed. The legislature is definitely more transparent. They hear and see our sessions and committee meetings more so than ever before, because it was never televised. Even committee meetings were never televised before, prior to the 22nd legislature.
Nice. I love it. I love the transparency. I love it. I love being able to get a hold of you guys when we need to, and we do need help when we need information out there. Help is given. So just know, guys, Celina is the pioneer of all of this. So
Thank you. You give me too much credit. But in closing, I do want to say that I'm number 2 on the ballot under the Senate race, and I hope that people will continue to pray for me and to give me the strength to continue representing you. And it is my hope to get into the Senate to continue my work that I have done in the House of Representatives, and to work for your children and our manamko. And that's about it.
Okay, thanks for coming on our show. We
I
are so
appreciate-
grateful. We are so honored, and we look forward to everything that you're gonna accomplish.
I hope you guys can make it out
I
there.
wish
to-
I could
to
vote in
cover
CNMI
the,
because I get so
or
like.
at least to cover our elections.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
So I most definitely someone will be there. Hopefully,
Okay.
Vicky Lynn will be able to do it, but I know we need camera guys out there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know when you're coming up.
Of
Yeah.
course. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so
Dr.
much.
Nasismasi.
Have a great day. Drive safe, and I think we're preparing for our crime show. So see you in a little bit. Thank